Hey, it's Way Hey Kid. How y'all doing? Just wanted to go over my favorite M21 cards to come out. So many honorable mentions. I like a lot of them, but I just wanted to get most of them put in here. Just my top 21. Figured that was appropriate. So, come on. You want to check them out? Take a look. Guys and gals, for the first card, it's gotta be Vito, Thorn of the Dusk Rose. This guy's gonna be a hard hitter for sure in meta. It has to be. I can't see it not being a heavy hitter. Just 2 colorless and a black for 1/3. Whenever you gain life, target opponent loses that much life. That's goofy. That's nutso. All these Cauldron decks, oh my gosh. It's gonna speed it up that much more. It's gonna double all their life gain and all their, life drain. Oh my gosh. That's just nasty. Plus, for 5 mana, for 2 black, 3 colorless, creatures you control gain lifelink until end of turn. That's even more health and more loss of life for your opponent. He's gonna be dirty. He's dirty. Next up is Sublime Epiphany. 2 blue, 4 colorless for an instant. You may say, yeah, that's a lot, but you know what? It does a lot. Okay? So you're getting your value. Late game, early game, as fast as you can get that thing out. There's ways of getting it out at any time. You can choose one or more. Counter target spell, counter target activated or triggered ability, return target non-land permanent to its owner's hand, create a token that's a copy of target creature you control, or target player draws a card. And or, I should say, because you can do all of them. Why not? Why not? Pretty much 5 spells rolled into one. So, that's utility, okay? That's utility. While we're on blue, rewind. 2 blue, 2 colorless. Instant. Counter target spell. Untap up to 4 lands. Come on. So basically, I mean, it's an older counter spell. It's been around for a long time. But this plays out beautifully with all your nasty meta stuff that you have right now, like Reclamation. I mean, being able to counter and then untap and then counter again, or whatever you want to do again. Yeah, in Reclamation and still use it as like a double Reclamation turn 4. I mean, it fits in really nicely with the meta, and it's going to be annoying. It's going to be very annoying, and that's why I think it's something to look out for sure. Easy uncommon wild cards right there, baby. Ugin the Spirit Dragon. He's a hefty 8 colorless, but he is a powerhouse, a power wagon. Okay? So 8 for a 7 loyalty planeswalker. Plus 2, Ugin the Spirit Dragon deals 3 damage to any target. Not bad, especially for, plus 2. So, minus X, exile each permanent with converted mana cost X or less. That's 1 or more colors. That's everything. Everything X or less. So, you can throw him in there, and if worse comes to worse, you can wipe out everything that costs 7 or less mana. And it's exile. I mean, that's dirty. That's a dirty dragon. And then, for his ultimate, got minus 10. You gain 7 life, draw 7 cards, then put up to 7 permanent cards from your hand onto the battlefield. That's just not right. That plays in huge with all the other cards in this set. I mean, when you gain life, people lose life. So that and Vito would be nasty. It's nasty. So yeah. It's gonna be easy to get to 8 colorless in this set. Way easy. And he's going to destroy whatever you want. And Exile is huge because there's a lot of indestructible stuff in this set. So keep an eye out on him. I'm definitely gonna want to pick up a couple of these. Basri Ket. He's a white planeswalker. 2 white, 1 colorless for 3 loyalty. And you all know 3 cost planeswalkers are usually very nice to have. They're very handy. Earn 3 planeswalkers. Rock. +1. Put a +1/+1 counter on up to 1 target creature. It gains indestructible until end of turn. That's going to be a very popular choice. Very popular choice. So, is -2 whenever 1 or more non-token creatures attack this turn. Create that many 1/1 white soldier creature tokens that are tapped and attacking. That's going to be a very popular choice as well. And then, for his ultimate, -6, you get an emblem with, at the beginning of combat on your turn, create a 1/1 white soldier creature token. Then put a +1/+1 counter on each creature you control. Man. So, he's very useful, especially in like the human decks, token decks. All that. I mean, you're going to make a big old army and you're going to be doing some gnarly damage with this guy. So, definitely pick this guy up. He's going to be huge. So now you've got Idol of Endurance. It's an artifact, costs 1 white, 2 colorless. So whenever Idol of Endurance enters the battlefield, exile all creature cards with converted mana cost 3 or less from your graveyard until Idol of Endurance leaves the battlefield. So, for 1 and a colorless, you tap it. Until end of turn, you may cast a creature spell from among the cards exiled with Idol of Endurance without paying its mana cost. This is definitely Lurrus 2.0. I would say it's even better than Lurrus. For many reasons. I mean, not only does it protect your exiled cards, but it also only costs 2 to play something that potentially costs 3. So, it's great. And, yeah, it's not legendary, so you can have multiple out. So this is going to be used a lot in the meta. Mark my words. And here we have Archfiend's Vessel. 1 black for a 1/1 with lifelink. Doesn't seem that crazy yet, but just wait, it gets better. When Archfiend's Vessel enters the battlefield, if it entered from your graveyard or you cast it from your graveyard, exile it. If you do, create a 5/5 black demon creature token with flying. Essentially, you've just got yourself a 5/5 demon with flying for 1 mana. It's going to be very easy to do. And you know that in Standard, in the meta, strong, cheap cards are very popular. They do very well. Next we have Eliminate. It sounds like I said Eliminate, but I said Eliminate. So, it's an instant. 1 colorless, 1 black. Destroy target creature or planeswalker with converted mana cost 3 or less. Huge. That's a good card. It's a very good card. You're going to see that played a lot. Obviously, there's going to be a lot of stuff that costs 3 or less. A lot. A lot more things that cost 3 or less than things that cost 4 or more. Now we've got Grim Tutor. 2 black, 1 colorless. Sorcery. Search your library for a card, put that card into your hand, then shuffle your library. You lose 3 life. Big deal. So, you pay 3 life, and you can look for anything in your deck and put it in your hand. That will be used tremendously. So, you could have a 1 of in your deck, and then a couple Grim Tutors. You won't have a problem getting it. Beautiful card, you're going to see it a lot. Now we have Chandra's Incinerator. It's 6/6 creature. 1 red, 5 colorless. This spell costs X less to cast, where X is the total amount of non-combat damage dealt to your opponents this turn. Which means it could easily cost 1 red for a 6/6. With Trample, by the way, it gets better. Whenever a source you control deals non-combat damage to an opponent, Chandra's Incinerator deals that much damage to target creature or planeswalker that player controls. So, not only do you do damage to get him cheaper, but you also do damage after he's out to hurt your opponent's creatures or planeswalkers. It's beautiful. And it plays with a lot of other cards coming out. It's going to be a really strong card because it can come out very fast. It's easy to do damage in this new set. It's easy to do damage in every set. It's really easy to do 5 damage. And we have Double Vision. Ugh. This card shouldn't be legal, but it is. So it's an enchantment, 2 red, 3 colorless. Whenever you cast your first instant or sorcery spell each turn, copy that spell. You may choose new targets for the copy. Once you get this bad boy out with a little bit of mana acceleration, or ramp, I mean, you could even turn 5, you throw this out, I mean, you're gonna double everything. It's pretty much, I would go as far to say it's really near having a Fires of Invention for instants or sorceries. So, go for it. It's gonna be dirty. People are gonna be playing it. And I am too. Next, this card goes along with pretty much all the red cards I'm showing. Fiery Emancipation. It's a pricey one, but well worth it. If people don't deal with this soon, it's going to deal with them. It's going to ruin their lives. So it's 3 red, 3 colorless for an enchantment. If a source you control would deal damage to a permanent or player, it deals triple that damage to that permanent or player instead. So, basically, if you want to put out the Chandra's Incinerator for 1 red, you do 5 damage to someone. But if you have the Emancipation out, you're going to do 15 damage. I know, math. Do I have to explain it? No, but that's a good thing. This guy's no surprise. I'm sure everybody's seen it by now. And if you haven't, well, here he is. The Terror of the Peaks. One of the best dragons I've ever seen. 2 red, 3 colorless. 5/4 with flying. Spells your opponents cast that target Terror of the Peaks cost an additional 3 life to cast. So they have to pay 3 life just to target it with a spell. So, whenever another creature enters the battlefield under your control, Terror of the Peaks deals damage equal to that creature's power to any target. Again, combine that with whatever else you want to. With Emancipation, you can triple that damage. So you play something that has 5 power, do another 15. Do another 15 damage. Why not? Terror of the Peaks will be in every deck that it can be in. Terror of the Peaks will terrorize people's peaks for months and months. Terror of the Peaks will deny your life. Terror of the Peaks will definitely be in meta. Duh. Now look, I don't hear a lot about Elder Gargaroth, but to me, this boy is one beautiful creature, okay? So he's 2 green, 3 colorless for a 6/6. Vigilance, Reach, and Trample. Whenever it attacks or blocks, you can either create a 3/3 green beast creature token, gain 3 life, or draw a card. He has Batman's utility belt. He's not afraid to use it. The value from 5 mana in this is just beyond stellar. So if you want a bang for your buck, that boy will do it right there. Next up, Gargaroh Unleashed. He's a saucy planeswalker. 2 green, 2 colorless for 4 loyalty. His +1, up to 1 target creature gets +3/+3 and gains trample until end of turn. That is a beefy first ability. That is a beefy +1. That is very beefy. Okay? So, his -2, create a 3/3 green beast creature token. Then, if an opponent controls more creatures than you, put a loyalty counter on Gargaroh. Cool. -7. You get an emblem with, at the beginning of your end step, you may search your library for a creature card, put it onto the battlefield, then shuffle your library. Beginning of every end step. Every one of your end steps. But still, once per turn. You're just gonna pull stuff out of your... I'd be throwing them dragons out. Terror of the Peaks. I'd be throwing out a Terror of the Peak every turn. He's not even legendary either. So yeah, you could just pull out whatever big shows you got going on in the deck. Keep on doing it. He's cheap enough too. I think he'll be used. He's cheap enough. Now, life goes on. 1 green instant. You gain 4 life. That's already pretty decent, eh? But wait, there's more. If a creature died this turn, you gain 8 life instead. Dang. And it doesn't have to be your creature, it can be their creature. If one of their creatures dies, you gain 8 life. 8 life for 1 mana. That's a big boost. You can go from 1 health to 9. That's math. It's gonna be used. I'll use it. I don't know if anybody else will, but I'm gonna use it. Primal Might, guys. Primal Might. It's all about the Primal Might. Because it's primal. And it's might. 1 green and X. Target creature you control gets +X/+X until end of turn. Then, it fights up to 1 target creature you don't control. So you make a beefy boy and you throw the beef. I'm telling you. This is going to be used quite a bit. Because X can be just enough, or it can be overkill. It doesn't matter. This will be an answer to a lot. A lot of things. Especially if it has trample. You can get through all those cauldron cats and all that, no problem. Or you can swing in with an unblockable creature. Or throw that in there for like a... You're playing Selesnya. You do like a Selesnya Flyers or anything like that. I'm totally doing that, by the way. Now we've got Indulging Patrician. This is already going to be a hitter. It's a lot like Vampire Nighthawk. It's the closest thing we have right now, I believe. But it's going to be a 4/0 for sure. So it's 1 black, 1 white, 1 colorless. 1/4. Flying, lifelink. At the beginning of your end step, if you gain 3 or more life this turn, each opponent loses 3 life. Think about that. 3 life is going to be so easy to gain. If you can't gain 3 life in the Orzhov decks that this is going to go in, might want to play a different game. So, and that goes very well with Vito. Indulging Patrician is going to be a very tasty delight for all of those decks that gain life constantly. Alright, Learkin Avenger. Hello Tamir, hello Elemental decks. Oh my gosh. 1 green, 1 red, 2 colorless, 4/3. You tap them, add 1 forest for each creature you control with power 4 or greater. Well, he's already 1. He's a 4/3. So, 7 colorless and a red. Learkin Avenger deals damage equal to its power to target player or planeswalker. Now this is very fascinating because it's not creature or planeswalker, because that's usually how it goes. It's either goes creature or planeswalker or any target. This is player or planeswalker. That's gonna hurt. You know how easily you can get him buffed with counters or whatever. Enchantments. He's gonna be beefy. And you can easily get to that much mana. Oh, and you can use that ability after he's tapped. So you can use him to get all that mana and then blow someone up. That's going to be a 4 of. That's going to be destructive. That's going to annoy people. That's going to be seen all over the place. It's annoying. I'm already annoyed. I'm annoyed by it. He is so good. He shouldn't exist, but he does. He's annoying. Wow. Next. We got Chromatic Orrery. 7 colorless for a legendary artifact. You may spend mana as though it were mana of any color. That alone is what I would play it for. Just saying. Okay? Yeah, you can tap it to add 5 colorless. Very useful. Very useful for those X cost spells. But you can also draw a card for each color among permanents you control. For 5 colorless. That will be used if you have to. Not as much. But hey. Just being able to spend mana as though it were any color? Hello, Fires of Invention. Kind of. It's gonna be used. Sparkhunter Masticore. 3 colorless for a 3/4. This guy is a dirty dog. And yeah, it's a cat, but no, it's not a cat. It's a Masticore. But he's a dirty dog. I call him Scar from Lion King. You didn't really know. I think in the lore, Scar's name was really trash. Like the word trash. Found that out a while back. But anyways, as an additional cost to cast this spell, discard a card. So you got to discard a card to play him. It's worth it. Protection from planeswalkers. Sorry, Teferi, you cannot return this. And then for 1 colorless, repeatable, Sparkhunter Masticore deals 1 damage to target planeswalker. Hello. So I'm gonna just tap 5 mana of any color. Do 5 damage to a planeswalker. And then for 3 colorless, Sparkhunter Masticore gains indestructible until end of turn. Guy seems like a little bit OP. Seems a little overpowered, but you know. And he's not legendary, so you can play 4 at the same time. I don't know. He seems like a really fun card. You're gonna see it, and it's. I would almost say that I would see. At first, I was like, maybe he's gonna be like just a sideboard card, but I'm thinking he could do very well in main board with a certain artifact, you know, archetype. I don't know. I could see him playing very well in certain decks and very well in the sideboard of whatever. Very good card. So those are the 21 cards of M21 that I am most excited for, and I cannot wait to see how they actually play out. My opinions may change. They may get better, they may get worse. But until then, let me know what you guys think about it. Are any of those cards your favorite cards? What cards are your favorite cards? What cards are you most looking forward to? You know, what do you want to put in your deck? What do you want to make your decks better with? What new decks are going to come out? You just change the meta. I want to know all your opinions. What you guys are thinking. So it's a big time. Every time a new set comes out, it's pretty exciting. So if you liked this video, if you enjoyed this, if you want me to keep doing things like this, definitely let me know in the comments. Like and subscribe, and until next time, keep top decking, keep playing Magic, keep slamming and clicking them cards, and I'll holler at you in the next one. Peace.